Hello traders, investors, how are you doing today my friends? Welcome to another video here in the Finance Hydra channel. My name is Nathan and today is Monday. As usual, I am going to share with you guys my own thoughts, insights and opinions about the stock market. Alright, every single Monday, unless it is a holiday, but every single Monday in the first day of the business week, I will share with you guys my opinions about the market, okay? No matter how challenging the market might be, I will always be here to inform you guys, to update you guys about my insights. So if you want to keep in touch with my thoughts, well, consider subscribing to this channel. And if you are already my subscriber, remember to click on the like button. You may click on the like button right now because you know that I'm not gonna disappoint you, all right? So thank you very much for your support, my friends. Now, let's see how the markets are doing. See, this is the S&P weekly chart, and last week we saw a quite big crash, right? And since the beginning, I was not convinced about the bearish reversal because in the weekly chart, we still had to retest the 21 EMA. And this is exactly what the index did. We retested the EMA, we bounced back up, and then we did a fantastic candlestick pattern called hammer pattern. This is a bullish reversal pattern. In this circumstance, in this case, it is a bullish continuation pattern because we did a sharp quick pullback and now we are bouncing back up. If you look in the daily chart, the situation is a little bit more complex because we are struggling around the 21 EMA over here, okay? It seems we can't break this EMA, all right? It feels like we are having a very hard time over here, but remember, in the 1 hour chart, and even in a smaller time frame, we see that the index is doing a sideways correction. Right now, it feels like we already did the correction, okay? The correction already materialized because the EMA catched up with the price instead of the price dropping to the EMA over here or to the previous support level. See, we just move it sideways. Now the EMA is offering support level for the index, and I think it seems like we have something like a pennant chart pattern, right? If we break this pattern upwards, probably we are going to reverse the trend for good. We are going to break the EMA in the daily chart for good, and we're gonna see the continuation in the weekly chart as well, probably to the all-time high. If we lose this pennant downwards along with the EMA, then the situation will be more complex. Probably we are going to retest this red line down here, 43.94 points. That's the next support level for us to work with. I'm not sure if you're going to actually hit there. I am more bullish than bearish right now because the pennant pattern is usually a continuation pattern, all right? So yes, I'm more bullish than bearish in 1 hour chart, in the daily chart, and in the weekly chart. The Nasdaq index, we have a similar configuration. The Nasdaq is a little bit more bearish than the S&P. We are actually dropping over here roughly 1% right now. But, however, we are doing a Dragonfly Doji, and if we use Fibonacci, we barely retested the 50% retracement, and we are already bouncing back up. It feels like we just retested the 38.2, and then, okay, it was a false breakout, and now we are doing a Dragonfly Doji in the daily chart. All right, this is how I see the situation. It's reacting nicely over here. It feels like it is a false breakout from this support level, and in the weekly chart we are still pretty bullish. We did a very nice hammer. We didn't retest the EMA in the weekly chart as the S&P did, indicating that the Nasdaq index is just very, very strong. The momentum is very strong. The Dow Jones index, we went a little bit below the EMA in the weekly chart. Again, this is the weekly chart, guys, and we retested the previous support level with an astonishing precision, right? We dropped it slightly below the support level, but still the movement was impressive. The precision was impressive. And just like the Nasdaq, just like the S&P, we did a hammer pattern, and right now we are reacting nicely Today, the Dow Jones is the only index that is actually going up in the US. European indices and the Brazilian index, we are all doing well, but the US market is still struggling a little bit thanks to your fiscal and monetary policies, but still, in circumstances like this, usually the Dow Jones index outperforms the market, but again, usually this outperformance, it simply can't last for too long, and at some point the tech stocks will have their vengeance, if I may say this word over here. All right, so yeah, I think the market is still doing pretty fine. The Dow Jones index is a little bit more bullish. I think the S&P is the most, it's the clearer index to read in this circumstance today, in my humble opinion, because we have this pennant pattern in the 1 hour chart. Regardless of the breakout, of the direction of the breakout, we can set scenarios for it. And in my humble opinion, my personal opinion, again guys, I always give you guys my personal opinion, all right? I'm not gonna say, okay, so we have this and we have that. No, I'm gonna say what I think. I think it's more bullish than bearish. I think you're gonna see an upwards breakout given all of these circumstances, given the numerous patterns I have been describing to you guys. I think it's more bullish than bearish. European markets are doing just fine. A CAC looks like S&P index, right? It's quite easy to understand as well. I think we're gonna see an upwards breakout, and the DAX index is a little bit more, it's a little bit weirder because in the daily chart, the amplitude of today's candle is quite frustrating. It looks like it was just a dead cat bounce for it to drop a little bit more. But again, in the 1 hour chart, as long as we don't see any bearish sign around, bearish structure around, I will be convinced that any bearish sign given on the daily chart, it will be just a bear trap. My dear Brazilian index, I firmly believe we found a bottom right now, and we are doing a very good reaction. We have a hammer pattern above the support level in the weekly chart, just like the Dow Jones index did. And this is good news for you guys if you want to trade EWZ, for instance. EWZ lost the previous support level. We are trading at this support level right now, but if it triggers this bullish candlestick pattern in the weekly chart, I think we are going to fly again, probably to the 37 or even the $40 area. Okay, this is how I see it. Last week's volume was quite good, was quite nice. So yeah, I think we are more bullish than bearish right now. Shanghai Composite dropping, but again, we are doing a sideways correction in the daily chart, so there's nothing weird going on over here. Now let's talk about stocks. Let's talk about the FAANGs over here, some individual stocks. Remember, are you still watching this? Probably you are liking this video, am I right? So remember, my friend, click on the like button, subscribe to this channel if you are not a subscriber yet. Again, probably you are enjoying this video, right? So why not? All right, why not, my friends? So please support this channel. Now let's proceed talking about the FAANGs. Facebook found the EMA in the weekly chart, and we are starting to do a very nice reaction. Seeing the daily chart, it seems we did a false breakout from the previous support level. This is good. The volume is increasing. This is also good. Facebook seems bullish. We are okay. What's more, we are doing higher highs, higher lows in the 1 hour chart. Bullish. Okay, bullish reversals, bullish reversal patterns all around on Facebook. Apple, we have a similar situation. Apple, we drop it again to the 144, the previous pivot point in the 1 hour chart. I know it's pivot point, but I'm gonna say pivot point for now. We are doing very nice reaction in the 1 hour chart. In the daily chart, we already have bullish signs. And in the weekly chart, that's crazy. In the weekly chart, this black line, which is at the same point where the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement is located over here. See, this is the 38.2% retracement. Is at the same price level of this black line. We found a top over here, a support over here, and now we are working over here again as a support level. Last week, we dropped it a little bit below and retested the EMA in the weekly chart as well. So this seems to be a nice triple support level in the weekly chart. Yes, Apple is more bullish than bearish in my humble opinion. Amazon, we dropped it to the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement last week. We are doing very good reaction today right now. This week promises. Again, I still believe, since we have an open gap over here, I think we're gonna fill this gap and then we are going to fill this gap next. I am pretty certain that we are going to fill this gap. 35.80 is our next target on Amazon. It's gonna hit there, my friends. I firmly believe that. Again, I'm not saying I believe it's gonna hit there for nothing. I have technical reasons for this, okay? Retested the Fibonacci retracement down here. We are starting to do bullish reversal signs in the 1 hour chart. In the weekly chart, we did a hammer last week. The volume is increasing, finally is increasing again. So I think we found a support over here. Now we are gonna go up. Netflix, well, Netflix is not as impressive as Amazon, Facebook or Apple, but we are retesting the EMA as a support level in the daily chart. In the weekly chart, it feels like we could drop a little bit more. That's why I'm not that excited about Netflix, because we still could drop a little bit more, right? Between Netflix, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, I rather prefer Facebook, Apple, or even Amazon, okay? But in my humble opinion, Apple is my favorite one at this moment. Google, just like Netflix, it could have dropped a little bit more. We have no bullish structure in the daily chart, but at least we are not dropping. So this is good news. Microsoft is the only one that is dropping more than 1%, roughly 2% today. And that's simply terrible. But again, I don't see any reason to panic over here on Microsoft. Okay, I think it's quite hard to tell which kind of support levels it is working with, but I'm not that optimistic with Microsoft. Again, Facebook, Apple, and Amazon, these are my favorites. Of course, we have Tesla as well, which is breaking the $780 over here, which is great. Now the next target is 821 up here, okay, $821. I think it's gonna hit there. The volume is increasing nicely. I just don't know if you're gonna see a pullback or not before that. But again, bullish trend, no bearish reversal signs around. NEO, flying, this reaction is important. We kind of did a double bottom chart pattern in the 1 hour chart. We are breaking the 36.50, which is the peak between the two valleys down here. This is the trigger point for this double bottom chart pattern. This is amazing, this is fantastic, and it is one of the best double bottoms around in the market, in my humble opinion. Okay, NEO is doing one of the best. XPEV is doing very nice reaction as well, but I would go with NEO if I had to go right now. Tesla, it's impressive, but I would wait for a pullback, and now it's not the time. NEO, I think it's a proper stock to trade right now at this moment. Lee is also quite good, but again, NEO looks a little bit more resilient. Okay, regardless the fact, okay, it's a Chinese stock and China is bearish, China is going to face the end of, I don't know, of the country and etc. Okay, for now, price-wise, NEO has more upside in the short midterm than the other Chinese EV stocks. All right, if you really want to trade these stocks, if you don't, focus on the US stocks like Nvidia. Nvidia today it's doing another pullback to the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement. We did a fantastic reaction in the 50% retracement. Now we are doing a pullback to the 38.2 again in the weekly chart. It feels like we just retested the 208 down here and did a fantastic candlestick pattern again. Okay, the 208 was a previous stop. Now it worked as a resistance perfectly. Okay, this movement was perfect on Nvidia. I really like it. I am more bullish than bearish. Palantir, despite the drop of 4.5%, this looks scary, but I don't believe it is a reason to panic at all, because okay, we triggered a bearish pivot point in the 1 hour chart, 27.91. This was the trigger point for this bearish pivot point, because we had a bottom, a top lower than the previous top, and then a new bottom level. This indicates just a possible pullback to the EMA in the daily chart, meaning it could drop roughly more 2%, and this is it. See, the bias is still clearly bullish. We are doing higher highs, higher lows. Is there any bearish structure around? No, there is no bearish structure around. In the weekly chart, in the longer term, we just triggered the pivot point at 27.47. Right now we are trading slightly below this point, but look at the volume in the past 2 weeks. It's slightly above the average. This pattern over here was considerably above the average. So the situation looks like it is much more bullish than bearish to me. And my friends, 16 minutes video right now. Did you still, are you still watching? Did you actually watch it this far? So remember to support this channel. Again, remember to click on the like button, to subscribe, because probably you liked this video. I'm never gonna disappoint you, my friends. And I think you guys are going to enjoy our next videos. Thank you very much for your support, for your kindness. See you guys on Friday on our next video. Bye bye, stay safe, farewell.